podcast I've been watching. It's like just food.
Yep, podcast about food.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's the Neon podcast. Somehow, some way, some way. I'm gonna say it twice because I didn't know how to segue because I'm brain farting right now.
Mm.
The podcast always comes back to a food topic, and that's just how it is sometimes.
And now we're starting it with food topic. That's
I
crazy.
know. We'll get back into food, and I'm sure we'll talk about like vegetables and stuff real soon because I think some people here have, including myself, have strong feelings about vegetables. What are
Oh,
you doing some ASMR right now, Giga? Are you like rubbing your mic with a cloth? What's
Huh?
happening?
What? Could
Leon
you?
has.
No, I was adjusting my headset.
Oh, that's what it
Is
is.
that making
Never mind.
noise?
A little bit, yeah. But that's okay. No worries there. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Neon Podcast, episode 167 today. What's up? I knew it. He was gonna start off chewing food. There's Hellfire. But anyways, hi everyone. Welcome back to Neon Podcast. If you don't know me, hi. I'm the host. I'm Neon. It's my podcast. Joining me today on this episode, two new guests to the podcast. Their first time, but not their first time for me to talk to them. So I've known them for a while, and honestly, it was just a matter of time for me to get them on here. And now they're both on here at the same time, and I think it was a pretty decent pairing for them to be on the same episode. So
Yeah.
I figured it was a good time. So let's get some quick introductions out of the way. So if you want to introduce yourself, the green person with the horns on the
Okay.
on the screen left.
Hello, hello. My name is Yunyun. I'm a dragon, currently PNG tuber, future VTuber, and I am a video gamer. I like playing shooters like Apex Legends, Valorant. Currently I'm addicted to League of Legends though. And yeah, that's basically what I dedicate myself to. I do art also on the side, but it's more of a hobby for me rather than something serious I take. But yeah, it's nice meeting you all, and I'm in your hands. Please take care of me.
I onegaishimasu.
No.
Hi. Okay. I got you. I got you. And soon to be VTuber if you're not already considered a VTuber. So we'll get into that also later in the episode. And our other guest on the other side, background in green. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Giga. Giga Goliath. People usually just call me Giga. I don't know why I'm here. I'm not a VTuber. uh, you know, um, yeah. I mean, there's not really much to explain. Like, I'm not a VTuber. I don't stream or anything. I just kind of exist in a bunch of different communities. So now I'm here.
Hey, existing is more than enough, Giga. If you exist, that means it was more than enough for us to be friends, I think. So
If
there
you
you are.
exist, you'll end up on Neon's podcast.
Maybe not exactly, but if I
True,
if
true.
you have to exist and I have to vibe slash like you enough, you know. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. Congratulations, guys! You've now been confirmed that I like you enough to be on the podcast, which is I don't know. I don't think it's an honor. It could be a curse. Who knows? Debatable for some people to be here. But yeah, welcome you two. Glad to have you on here and both be here. It's funny because like, and we'll also get into your thing. It's like you're not a VTuber, and your icon isn't like a model or anything. It's just art from a specific character from a game you like, right?
Yep. It's from Disco Elysium.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh.
All right. So we'll go through your introductions because I know Giga is eating right now. So I'll give him some
Mm-hmm.
time to eat and chew and masticate and all his nutrients. So we'll go off with Yunyun. So Yunyun, you're a dragon gamer.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
so what was the inspiration for you to? Well, before we get into the actually VTubing part, how come you wanted to stream? Why are you a streamer?
Uh, this has always been like something I try and remember because my me starting this stream was so scuffed because I used to be really. I only started playing games like what 4 years ago, and I started streaming like 3 years ago. So it was like I started gaming. I bought my first PC. Uh, and then I was playing with some friends and whatnot, and I was like, damn, like I wanna be able to stream for my friends wherever they want to be, like, oh, if they're at like school and stuff, because we were
Mm-hmm.
like a very tight friend group. And then at the time I was watching Kanae, the VTuber. I'm
Okay.
like, damn, like this looks nice, you know? Maybe I could start streaming. I didn't initially think of becoming a VTuber. It was more like I wanted to stream. But then as someone who does art, I'm kind of like in those communities a lot with like VTuber artists and stuff like that. And I met Shoto, who at the time he was still a PNG tuber, and he was about to become a VTuber. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, damn, you know, he was so cool. I thought he was like really amazing. I was like, damn, I want to be like him. So I was like, okay, I'll start my tiny little community. I made my first PNG for myself, and that at the time it was like because I identified as non-binary, more on like the masculine side.
Okay.
So it was a little dude. It was a really silly little gremlin. Like that VTuber was actually a gremlin. Like just really messy hair. I was like, the design was like a little bit all over the place. I had a shirt that was like flaming hot Cheetos but blue.
Wait,
You know,
what? All right, if you
I think
have this PNG, can I pull this up in the post podcast show? If you have
I'll
a
yeah, yeah,
photo,
yeah.
yeah, just put it
I'll
in the
I'll
VC.
send it
Put it in
to
the
you.
VC or DM. Yeah,
Yeah.
either way, I want to pull it up. This sounds hilarious, actually.
It was so scuffed, and then I I progressed from that to like my current model, which is more just like going through some like thoughts about my own identity. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just change my VTuber. And then I became a girl with boobs, which is nice.
Yes, boobs are nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, so then if you watch Kanae already as your original, was that
hmm
like your first VTuber or like how did you naturally just
That was my first VTuber ever. I only watched him, and I only had content around him. I didn't know about any other VTubers.
mm, so you
I
just
only
that
met
that was your first like
Yeah, my first interaction with it.
to go into
You
the
find
rabbit
it
hole.
funny though,
Okay.
because I'm Puerto Rican, and I
Uh-huh.
know most people, at least the Puerto Rican VTubers, their first VTuber is Iron Mouse. But I didn't even know about
Oh,
Iron Mouse till recently.
that's interesting. Sometimes I forget she's Puerto Rican. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
that's true. That's true. And hi, Jen. Yes, you arrived to boobs are nice. Yes, boobs are nice. Do you not agree? Um, okay, cool, cool, cool. And then that was in what year? So you said you started streaming 3 years ago. Like, did you
Yeah, 3
you
years
you
ago.
watched them before you started streaming, or was it
Yeah.
just like hand in hand? It's like I started streaming, but then you also
No,
found
no, no.
kind
I
of.
watched Kanae before I started streaming.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because I think he had released a song too at the time, because he's in a group.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I forgot the name, because I haven't watched it in a long time, because he stopped playing Apex too. That was like back when he played Apex too. He stopped playing Apex, so I like stopped watching him for the most part, because that's what I was into at the time.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Which makes sense.
yeah, but I watched him before I started streaming properly.
Okay,
He just
okay.
gave me like an idea of like, oh, I want to record my stuff. I want to send clips to friends. I want to uh have my friends like show up in my chat, say hello if they're like busy and stuff. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way because it was just like because I used to stream for me, right? Like you said you
Mhm.
started streaming. It's like, oh, you want to share with your friends that aren't like near you as much, or like are but can only be online and stuff like that. And for me, it was I had a very similar sentiment. But for me, like doing YouTube videos when I first got my PC and then converted into streaming when I got better internet, it was like I was doing it so friends could show up, but then with the attention the mindset where even if I know a lot of my friends won't show up because they're doing their other things, they're living their own life, where
Mhm.
I was just like, yeah, I'm just doing this for me. If I hit a sick clip or get some funny moments, this is what I'm really streaming for. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
and the podcast sort of just went hand in hand for that because um I just like talking. I like podcasting. I started a podcast before I was even a VTuber, so like the
Oh,
first uh se- 70 episodes, for 70, 80 episodes are just me. Like real me. So,
flesh tuber.
yeah, flesh tubers. And then that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And then so past 3 years, how much growth have you seen over like that that
Oh,
you
for sure. Cause like my growth, if I'm gonna be honest, isn't necessarily the way I see it. Isn't necessarily viewers. It's more like friends. I've
mm,
made so many friends, and I've gotten to meet so many people, and you know, these friend groups. Like sometimes I'm really bad at like properly socializing, so I kind of distance myself a few times. Like you will notice me like going like around friend groups,
mm-hmm.
but it's because I start talking to one person, then I start talking to another person, so I like move towards that person more. And it's really weird.
You follow
Uh,
a person to their own friend group, is that what you're telling me?
yeah, I get dragged a lot too.
Oh, okay. That makes
If I
sense.
connect with someone a lot and then they have their own friend group, then I'm gonna go over there.
No, that makes sense because that's just how I meet new VTuber friends. That's honestly just like, oh,
Mhm.
we're cool, and they're like, hey, you should play with us. I'm like, all right, cool, and then I met some awesome people, so it's understandable. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Important question, Yunyun. Are we
Mhm.
friends?
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet, sweet. Is Giga your friend?
I was talking. Well, I wasn't talking. I just sent him like a few tweets. Uh, I came to realize because I have like a bunch of favorite people.
Uh
Like
huh.
for example, Lolzy.
Uh huh.
The situation with Lolzy. Lolzy is my favorite person. Like despite how fucking stupid our relationship looks,
Uh huh.
he's just a really favorite person to me. I value him a lot. And well, Gig is also in that spot right now. He's like really important to me in the funny, silly friendship way.
Nice, very nice. See,
So
I was hoping for like a cheeky little comment, but no, that was pretty wholesome. All right, so then that transitions over well to Giga. So, Giga, first off, how's your chimkin?
Oh, I finished it.
Nice, nice. He sent both me and Union a picture of what he was eating. It was like, is it grilled chicken, fried chicken, something?
Yeah, grilled chicken. Yeah.
Grilled chicken, veggies, and rice. And I went,
I'm working towards getting there. Neru, yeah, Neru's another favorite person.
mhm.
Oh, so I love his art too.
Nice. Cool. I should also pull up your chat. Let me pull up your chat. I don't. Okay. So Giga, like you aren't a streamer. Like you said, you didn't.
Nope.
You're not a streamer. You're sort of just existing. How did you come about with these streamers and being VTuber adjacent, as some people would coin that term? Because I know we've talked about it like slightly, but we've never like gone in. I don't think we've gotten too in depth with it because it's like you've told me when we met in person, it's like, oh, how you met some of them, but then I don't think that explains how you knew all the VTubers.
Um, well, it all started going downhill once I met Keo.
God damn it. I mean, fair, but go on.
So yeah, no, I ran into Keo and some of her friends playing ARAM, and I don't know why, but they just like added me after. It was like Keo and like some of her like other non-streamer friends that you probably don't know them, but and so playing with them for a little bit, like this was before Kyo was a streamer,
Hmm.
and then I was also friends with Setsuna at the time, who didn't like him and like Kyo were like are now really good friends, but they didn't know each other at the time. And like after a couple months of like us all playing together, because like I invite Setsuna, I invite Kyo or whatnot, then people were like, "Kyo, you should just start streaming. Like it'd be really entertaining." Because like back then she was like iron level league gameplay, and and so everyone's like, it'd be so funny to watch that while you're streaming. And then she inherently made a bunch of connections to the VTuber community when she started streaming, and then she just kind of dragged me along to meet everyone. And then once you
Oh.
get introduced to like Mr. Pie and then like all that, and then suddenly it's just like you know everyone. It's like
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's one of the pieces of the puzzles I've been missing this whole time. I'm like, Giga explained his other group, but that still doesn't explain how he's here.
Yeah.
So this makes way more sense now. Because I remember when I was talking to Kyo on a podcast, she was like, "Oh yeah, Giga told me to start streaming and stuff." Or like you said that while during one of the episodes she was on. And I was like, "Wait, so how does how does Giga fit into this?" I don't Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
So
just randomly ran into her while playing League, and then she
mm,
started streaming.
gotcha. Basher,
Mm,
Giga just like me for real, for real. But then Basher, you started streaming though and became
true.
inadvertently a PNG VTuber as well. So I mean, but yeah, I mean that's so interesting. What year was that? So that was like what 2020 ish.
Um, Potentially, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like it was like a couple, probably like 5 or 6 months before Kyo started streaming, so
Oh, so like 20, yeah, 21. Okay,
something like I have
yeah.
no idea.
Uh,
It's
I
been a
just
while.
the reason why I remember this is because it was one of the questions on Kyo's quiz for her birthday stream. She was like, "Oh yeah, I started streaming December 2nd or something," and I went, "Oh, just
Oh,
yeah, December 2nd, 2021." I went, "Oh, neat. That's cool."
huh.
So yeah, there you go. She remembers her first stream day. So that's interesting.
The only
So
reason I remember
uh
that
huh.
I met her in an ARAM is because every time she still remembers it and she still brings it. She's like, "Yeah, I was so impressed with your Katarina gameplay in ARAM." I was like, "Why do you remember that?"
Yeah, I've never seen you play Katarina in my life.
Same.
It's for the best.
Yeah, even in ARAM, you don't play Katarina. Maybe you played Katarina in ARAM once, and then I just don't remember it. But because I just
It's
a
it's
lot of
not
ARAM games.
impressive. I promise. It's nothing to like talk about.
Yeah, you impressed an Iron player at the time. That's probably what it was. Badger says, "Yeah, but I was just dragged into the VTuber world because my friend became one, just like Giga." So I also friend that. All right, Giga. So the question is, would you ever stream,
Yeah, I've streamed before.
but consistently?
Uh, uh, I have 50 followers on Twitch. Thank you.
Am I one of those followers? I'm actually gonna check
Oh yeah.
right now. I think I am. Is your thing your dude?
You're
You need a refresh like the you haven't refreshed the link.
it's Giga underscore Goliath. Oops, my bad.
No.
Oh,
Not
for your title though.
yeah. But no, I'm not following you. But the point is, you haven't updated the link in your Discord.
My Discord?
Your dis.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. True,
yeah.
true.
Oh my god, that means you haven't updated that shit in years, and no one's ever told you.
No, they've told me. I just
You're just
I
not
haven't
gonna
been
you're not gonna
following it.
relink it.
No.
Okay, got it. Okay. Which is really funny. Time to make it 51. I just followed him. He was like 53. So I'm like 54. I'm the first 100.
It
So
said
Let's go.
64 for me.
maybe I was wrong. I was 63, not 53. So there you go.
I'm
I'm 60.
64.
There we go. There we go. You'll be on your way to affiliate just as fast as everyone else, Giga, if you ever actually stream and you let us
Yeah,
Let's
know.
Giga.
go.
I tell him like he should stream because I think Giga has a certain charisma which is really enjoyable. So
Yeah, dude, why don't
and
you
I
what
also want to watch his gameplay.
Random
Listen,
basher unfollow because it's 14
when
alts.
I play League, because like the only thing I would stream is probably League, because I feel like that's the only thing my computer could handle. Uh, I I don't think people want to watch that. I can get really tilted when I'm playing by myself.
Hey, look, sometimes that's what people want to see. They're like, man, Giga
Yeah.
actually gets tilted. So, I mean, that's not a surprise. We've seen you be upset. But I think it'd be interesting to watch your actual gameplay sometimes. Sometimes, I'm not the one
You
to
want to
stick.
see me go 0-19 on Udyr, telling my team that they deserve it,
Oh.
and then I get chat
Oh.
restricted.
Yeah. And that's what Basher said. Just don't play by yourself. I feel like if you could stream, like even like right now, if you're streaming your Fortnite with the others, I think it'd be interesting to watch. I mean, sure, the other people in your, or especially Yunyun, are streaming it, and occasionally Basher is streaming it too. But it'd be cool to be like, oh, if you ever hit a clip or just your banter
Yeah.
with the team is also just nice. So
Well, I
Yeah,
just
you do
don't think my
something
computer
that
could
we
handle
can't
it.
see. Yeah.
But you know, you do you. If you don't want to stream, then you don't stream. If you
True.
can't stream, that's another issue in itself. But you know, it's whatever.
It's like I'm already playing at Fortnite at sub 60 frames. You know, if I'm trying to stream at the same time,
Oh my god, how old is your computer, bro?
it's not that like there's something actually wrong with my motherboard. I'm pretty sure. So I think I just need like a new motherboard and RAM and probably a CPU.
It just sounds like you need a new PC, bro.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Yeah,
new
a little
PC.
bit.
Okay, you
Oh, my
built.
graphics card's great.
What graphics card do you have?
2080 Super.
Oh yeah, you're fine. For Ford. Yeah, I think yeah. Suddenly, I do think it's your motherboard and your CPU.
Yeah.
Yeah, my computer can better handle it. I mean, I don't know if you guys turned down your settings or anything, but I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you. You guys have your own PCs, so that's interesting. So then you met Kyo and Pi, and Kyo dragged you around. So you've been knowing a good amount of the VTubers since their early stream start days then, huh? Because now that I think about it, knowing Kyo and Setsu before they were streaming as VTubers, I would say is pretty early for some people. Because when I talk to some VTubers, right, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been streaming for 2 years," and I'm like, "Wait, you've known some of these people for longer than 2 years." So, from your point of view, how does that feel like?
Like, what do you mean? Just
Like just
like
knowing these
knowing
people, yeah, just knowing them.
I don't know. They're just my friends. Like, I don't think of them any differently once they start streaming. Like,
Oh, okay. I do.
oh,
I'm just
They're
once they
VTubers
start
now.
streaming,
They're
they're
yeah,
Vegans.
yeah. They're like, oh, you're cool. You're too cool for me now, huh? I'm just kidding. I met Gigar in January 2021. There you go. So Kyo met. Damn, that wasn't like 6 months, dude. Sounds like you've known Kyo for a whole year before she started streaming, and she's too cool for you, apparently.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. She
Kyo
is.
is too cool for you.
I know.
She doesn't talk to me anymore.
Same.
It's
I
so sad.
wish I knew Kyo in
Doesn't
2021.
she send you a bunch of posts though?
Nope, no idea what you're talking about. Never happened.
Uh-huh. Okay. So that gets like your introductions both into the streaming community and like how I know you two. Because I met you two. Well, obviously I met Giga through Kyo and indirectly Yunyun through Kyo because I think we were also playing. I don't remember.
We played
Was it like
League once, and then you DM'd me, and we started talking, and we played Fortnite another day with like your
oh
friends.
yeah, we played Fortnite and then you
And
did
we
a run
played
of
Valorant.
14 with my other friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was making sure. And then Giga was just there and I went, ooh, Giga's pretty good at League. kept him on the radar of good players to keep an eye out for. So it's funny because when I joined the community, so this is from my perspective. Oh, he's okay. Okay, Kyo. Because when I joined Kyo's community for the first time, right? And I don't know how people's dynamics in terms of friendship and stuff goes. It's
Mhm.
interesting because I'm like, dang, you and Kyo go at it sometimes when you guys are bantering and making fun of each other. I'm like,
Oh,
because also from me, right? Because me and some of my friends had to cut off some friends to play League with because they were being a little toxic sometimes. But you guys are like, oh man, I don't know how serious they are versus how bantering they are because they're laughing, but then it also sounds semi-serious because it's about the game. So I don't know, just it's just interesting. And then same thing for Union. I'm like, oh, Union and Kyo, you guys seem pretty close as friends for knowing each other. So I mean, yeah, that's just in my perspective, right? Because especially now that Kyo's in chat, just telling from my perspective of someone who came into the community a year, yeah, about a year and a half ago. So toxic in League, that would be crazy. Yeah, Rano's never toxic in League. Um, okay, cool. So, I forgot to segue after the introductions what we were gonna do. Oh my god, I I spaced. Anyways, so let's talk about food. Are you guys vegetable haters? Because we talked when we were setting up the podcast. Giga was eating. He sent a picture, like we said. It was his grilled chicken, some rice, and I don't know if they're steamed vegetables, some sort of vegetables. It could be grilled
Yeah, it looked
vegetables.
like
I don't
steamed
know.
vegetables.
Yes, food talk. So it was like what? Cauliflower, carrots. I'm gonna pull up the photo again. Broccoli.
Cauliflower, broccoli.
I'm gonna send it to Kyo because I know she wants to see it.
Yeah. So out of those vegetables, right? I'm not a big cauliflower guy. I will
Really?
never I will never go out of my way to eat cauliflower.
No, I'm the opposite. I go out of my way to eat cauliflower.
You like
I eat
you
a
like it
lot
that
of.
much?
Yeah, I love it. But I like all vegetables, but it's because of the way I'm raised because my family is very into gardening and agriculture
Oh.
cuz that's like uh a little thing I always say. My family is from kind of like I wouldn't say poor origins, but kind of like that. So they used to just like grow their own stuff instead.
Mhm.
Um and that also helped a little bit into my diet because we eat a lot of like veggies and stuff. And each week on Fridays, my family goes to like farmers markets and they just buy like hundreds of dollars worth on like fruits, on veggies, and like rare stuff that we don't normally get on the Walmart, you know?
Mhm.
And I just eat whatever. I love it. I just really like the taste. And besides, like, it's healthy for you. Like, I also, for example, some veggies, I don't necessarily think they taste good, but I will just eat them because I know they're really good for your health. No, I'll just nom that shit. I don't care. It's whatever.
Dang. It's funny. I was talking to my friend the other day. He's on a huge diet, on a huge cut right now
Hmm.
because he's trying to lose a bunch of weight. And he's losing a lot of weight. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm eating this. I don't even like salad." I'm like, "Why'd you order a salad?" Because I know it's good for me. I don't like eating it, but I'll eat it. And I'm like, "Oh, that's sad." But I mean, at least you somewhat like veggies, right? So that's
Yeah,
fine.
that was really helpful for my diet too because I also lost like a bunch of weight recently.
Mhm.
Like, how much was it? Like 50 pounds
Dang, that's a
in
lot.
like half a year. I
Dang,
also
that's a
worked
lot.
out a little
Oh,
bit.
wow.
Yeah, I lost a lot, but I just like changed my diet like very drastically, like just veggies and like meat. Only like chicken. I don't like fish,
You don't
but
like fish?
I don't like fish.
Oh my god, you don't like
I
fish.
love fishing, but I don't like eating the fish. I don't know.
So you've gone
Um,
fishing IRL then.
yeah, my family's very, my dad especially is very keen on fishing, like
Okay.
as a sport too. I mean, right now it's like his hobby, and he like has it kind of like mixed as a job too.
Hmm.
So he takes me fishing once in a while. I love fishing, but I just can't eat him
That's
because
wow. Okay.
uh,
That's
it's like some
interesting.
people ask, "Oh, have you eaten sushi before?" I'm like, "Oh, no."
So you've had sushi or you've had it and you don't like it?
No, I didn't. I haven't even tried it because just like if you offer it to me, I'll try it. But me going out of my way, no. And so far, no one's
Oh,
offered it, so I'm not
dang it.
trying it.
Dang it. Dang it. All right, you come to LA, I'll get you some sushi.
I've
Oh
also
Also,
never had
yeah.
sushi.
wait, what? Hold
Look
up.
Yeah,
at him.
All
I
right,
was in
we're
LA and you didn't get me sushi. How could you?
Hey, look, I wasn't taking care of you. I showed up at a house. You guys had pasta. Dang, what the heck? Wait, okay, so let's go into this sushi and fish talk in a little bit. We'll stick on the veggies thing. So we'll go over to Giga, and I'll tell my piece a little after too. So you said you don't like cauliflower, but you're eating this your dinner, and you're like, oh, you like cauliflower more than you thought. So let's start off there. You didn't think you like cauliflower?
Well, no, I grew up a vegetable hater, just like you, Neon. But like recently, it's just been kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like it's tolerable, and so like I'll buy these
Mm.
like these frozen bags of just like vegetable blends and just
Oh yeah
like
yeah yeah.
eat it with like whatever chicken or rice, whatever. I'm trying to be like a little healthier, like obviously with it, but like it's not like miserable to eat.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true. It's not miserable. I think the only vegetable for me that I find miserable eating is like bitter melon. All other vegetables are pretty okay.
Oh.
Brussels sprouts are pretty meh unless you season it and like a couple little lemon juice, but that's in its own little thing.
Mhm.
And Kyo's in Rano says no veggies, so Rano's a veggie hater. I know Megu's also a veggie hater. And Kyo, I love all veggies, nom nom, and proteins. Yes, yes, yes. So
I've never been a huge fan of asparagus. That's one
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't get over.
I feel like
Or
asparagus you definitely don't like as a growing up because it's more bitter, definitely, than some of the
Yeah.
other hard
I
vegetables.
didn't find it bitter. I just found it like very like it didn't taste like anything to me.
I
I
find
just,
it bitter. Yeah, okay. Interesting. All right. So then we're gonna say go down a list. But as far as vegetables you don't like, right? I've listed bitter melon. You guys don't like asparagus. What else is there? For me, I don't like bell peppers. I like I'll eat it.
Oh, brother.
I'll
Oh.
eat them. I'll eat
Oh.
them. I'll eat them. But I will eat them semi reluctantly. Here's my explanation that I'll explain, and I feel like it makes sense because no one goes on people who love bell peppers are always to me like, you don't like bell peppers. Bell peppers are great. And then I sell my explanation. They're like, no, it makes sense though. And then so for me, it doesn't matter what color bell pepper, right? Like I'm sure some of them taste a little bit different. Greens taste different from reds, from yellows and orange, yada yada.
Mhm.
But the main issue with me and bell peppers is that no matter how you cook them, char them, grill them, saute, I don't know, the outside waxy part of the bell pepper is always there, and it's the texture that makes it not good to me. Um it's just always that waxy, like you're eating wax, and it just doesn't taste
Oh,
good.
I might be the first person to tell you as like a bell pepper lover that this because like I don't find it waxy. I find it more like it's just it's way better outer texture than tomatoes in my
You
opinion.
don't
I feel
like
like tomatoes.
tomatoes? Wait.
No, I eat tomatoes. I eat tomatoes, but the texture for the cover on tomatoes, I feel like is too hard in comparison to what's inside of the tomato.
Oh, so
You know?
relatives.
Yeah, relative to the inside of the tomato, the outer part is a little bit too more waxy than the inside, and that for me that's kind of like but I still eat a tomato.
So that it's
But
the gradient for you that makes it weird.
yeah,
Okay.
but bell peppers, I feel like especially if you, because what I do is um I stuff a bell pepper with ground beef and I put it in the oven with cheese and garlic,
Uh-huh.
and oh, that tastes so good. It makes it a little bit more, how do you say this, like crunchy in my opinion. Like I could just like
I
bite into it more properly.
I get it. I get it. But it's like as far as okay, I thought you were like you didn't like the tomato in general. But no, I get you. It's the change from the outside to the inside. For me,
Yeah.
the inside between the inside's fine. It's purely just the outside for me that I don't like about a bell pepper. It's purely the outside. The inside,
Yeah, I think it's
whatever.
understandable then.
So like if
But
you get like a taco or something and it has like bell peppers like cut up in it,
mhm.
are you like you're like, man, I don't want this now?
No, I'll eat it. Like I'll eat it. Um, I'll tolerate it and be like, oh, it adds some texture to it, and the flavor. Like I'm not opposed to the flavor. It's all, well, a little bit of the flavor because it's the outside skin, but it's not necessarily like I'll go yuck or like opposed to it. I tolerate it. It's fine. I accept it as an ingredient and as a vegetable that I'll eat, but it's just not appetizing to me because it's like
Mhm.
people say like what you said, you need like, oh, a stuffed vegetable, um and it's cool, you know uh and like it sounds good, but it's because it's like it's I'll still eat it, but I won't go out of it. And if someone makes it for me, if they serve it to me, that's fine, I'll eat it. If it's there
Yeah.
at a party, I'll try it. But if it's like I'm at a restaurant and you tell me like, oh, the stuffed bell peppers, I'm like, no, I'm good, dude. I'm I'm good. I
Oh,
don't want to
yeah, yeah.
pay money to eat something with that much bell pepper in it. So yeah. Okay.
All right, I have two very strong vegetable opinions that I feel like not a lot
Oh,
of people will agree with.
okay. Let's hear the hot takes. I feel like me and
Number one,
Yunyun. Okay.
number one. I don't like mushrooms. Like 90% of mushrooms, I just don't like. I don't know if it's like with like the idea behind like how like they're like grown and all that stuff, but just something about them just like kind of disgusts me.
Okay, bro. I love
I
mushrooms.
like. I've grown as an adult. Again, this is me evolving as a person into a foodie. I've grown to like mushrooms a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like mushrooms as a kid, for sure, for sure. But then it's like, oh, I've had it on pizza first. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. Had it in some pasta. Oh, that's pretty good. And then there's like Asian cuisines, hot pot, and other stir fries. I'm like, mushrooms pretty good. Mushrooms pretty good. So,
See, I'm at that point where if it's like cut up and on a pizza,
uh huh.
and I'm like, I don't really notice it. That's where I'm at. Where I'm like, okay, I guess I'll eat it like when it's like that. But any other time, I just refuse to eat mushrooms. I don't know. There's something wrong with
Okay.
me.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
there is something wrong with you, brother.
And then the other one that
Yeah.
absolutely no one's gonna agree with me on. I really don't like cucumbers.
Oh, that's fine.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
okay, for me, okay, personally, I think that's chill. I think cucumbers are overrated. I think
I've never
I
heard the
don't know.
word
I just
cucumbers
find
be
them.
overrated, by the way. But okay, go on.
I I just think they're. I would not go out of my way to eat a cucumber.
I don't know if
If you
it's
like
just
mix
because
it in on a salad and there's like I can't take it out, I'm just gonna eat it, you know.
Okay.
But
no,
I'm not gonna
I won't
put
eat
it
a
in
salad with
myself.
cucumber in it. I'm one of those people where like I go to a restaurant or something and they have like cucumber water and I'm like, man, I really don't want this now.
Oh, I was gonna
Cucumber
ask. I'm like,
water?
even cucumber water. Yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, give me all
I
your
don't know. So
cucumbers and
I think it's just
tomatoes.
because like I didn't grow up with it or something. Like I just haven't acquired the taste for it. But
Hmm.
So okay, so I know this is slightly different, but are you okay with pickles then?
Oh,
yes, I love pickles.
I love pickles.
So you're okay with like the pickling process, the vinegar, pickle juice, whatever. You just don't like regular cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, for me, I can understand sometimes cucumbers if they're not as good, they're a little bitter, especially if they still have the skin on. But like you said, I also grew up with cucumbers, so I don't know. Cucumbers was always a thing I always had as a kid, so it was one of those things where I actually liked it growing up. So, come to some vegetables. That's interesting. Cucumbers?
hmm
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
cucumbers aren't in too many dishes to begin with outside of like salad and like those people who try to do cucumber mint water or whatever. So, I feel like that one's not too bad compared to mushrooms, right? Cool.
Um, no, there's not really like any instances where I'll eat cucumbers. Like, I mean, I'll eat mushrooms if it's on a pizza, but I just don't eat cucumbers ever. So
Interesting.
I think cucumbers a little
So it's
worse.
worse than the mushrooms.
Yeah.
You know what I need now? I need like those gifs of cats that get scared if you throw a cucumber at them. I just need that, but with Giga's Disco Elysium character on the cat as a gift. That's what I need now in my life. Uh All right, Union. Do you have anything that you feel strongly about outside of asparagus?
I don't remember the name, but it's that. I think it's turnips.
Turnips.
Is that the
Turnips?
really pink one? Mm,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Well, that one I don't eat. Period. I don't like it. I just think it's like there.
Okay.
It's not meant for humans.
It's okay. That's again one of those things where I feel like it doesn't show up too much in cuisine unless you grow up in that area. Is it common in
Exactly.
your culture for turnips to be used in cooking?
No, actually.
You,
I the only instances I've had it is in like places like Golden Corral. Over here, something similar to that, where it's like a giant salad bar. It has like a bunch of different vegetables.
uh-huh.
And my mom, when I was a kid, she would make the salads for me and she'd put turnip in it. I don't know why. It's like cut up turnip. And I just like, I'd fight with her just to like not eat it because I thought it was so bad. And I still think it's like really bad. I don't like it.
Understandable. Okay, I get it. I get it. Rano says cucumber's actually the only veggie I put in my Subway sandwiches. That's the only veggie, Rano. Of all the veggies, just cucumber. Okay. See, this is why I've always had debates about like desserts, and like proteins, and like sushi comes up pretty often. But this is the first time I've had don't say a topic about veggies. We talk about veggies, but this is the first time where I felt like there's more a divisive feeling within chats of either hate vegetables, your middle ground, or there's someone who and there's people who really like vegetables. So this is actually really entertaining to hear and just watch in chat too. So okay, all right. So now we're gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, if we're on the topic of food, there's something that I feel like Kyo's gonna crucify me for if I bring it up. Since we already talked about vegetables,
Okay.
my opinion on fruits.
Oh,
Oh. That made you do.
oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna crucify you there too, brother. I love
Really?
fruits. Yeah, like fruit is my only
I
go-to.
I genuinely, I don't think I like any fruits besides bananas. I don't know if
What?
like yeah, I don't eat any fruits. Like occasionally, like if there are bananas, I'll have them. But like I don't like eat apples, oranges, anything like that. And I think it has to do with like I like vegetables because
Uh-huh.
it's always like mixed in with stuff, so I acquired the taste for it. But
Uh-huh.
like fruits,
Mm-hmm.
you just kind of eat them like as they are, and so it's never like mixed in it. So I've never like acquired the taste by like forcing myself to eat it at some point. But like watermelons, oranges, apples, none of that.
You don't even like
Not even
watermelons?
I
watermelon?
don't like
What?
watermelon.
See,
Yeah.
that is
Oh my
that is a pretty hot take, actually. I think this is a hotter take than fucking
Yeah, for
cucumbers
sure.
and
I mean,
whatever.
as
I
a
don't
kid,
remember
I
the
didn't like watermelons, but I
what?
mean, as I've grown up, I like watermelons a lot.
You
Yeah,
don't
it's
even
probably
I
like.
because you
didn't like
like
the
forced
texture.
yourself to eat it like occasionally until you like eventually acquired a taste for it.
Yeah, it's the texture in the watermelon because it's not consistent for
Uh,
me.
mm,
Because like all the watermelons are different, so it's kind of like a hit or miss.
Who doesn't like watermelon? Wow, this is the most amount of people I've ever in like percentage wise that I've seen not like watermelon. What the hell? What the hell? Meanwhile, Kale's like, Giga, how are you so picky?
I'm not okay. Okay, I sound picky, but it's just I don't know. I just don't go out of my way to eat it, and so it's like I never really acquired like any kind of like taste for it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Got it.
It's not
Got
something that like I would absolutely hate, but it's like I just genuinely never eat it.
it.
I'm sure if I like forced myself to eat watermelon for a couple months, I'd probably start to like it. But
Okay, so here's the thing, right? This is what I also learned about like parenting. I'm not a parent, but like my sisters and my brothers-in-laws, they have kids and they occasionally share like their parenting tips and why kids will do certain things, especially when like eating habits, right? So, especially growing up, right? This veggies are pretty consistent in their flavor, right? It's like, oh, most carrots taste the same growing up, no matter how you cook them, veggies, greens, whatever, right? But fruits, even if you buy them fresh, they can taste different, right? It's like, oh, you can
Yeah.
have a strawberry that's sweet, followed by a strawberry that's sour. Whereas
Oh.
like, oh, you can have apples. Oh, it's like, oh, you'll have like a more sour green one versus like a red juicy one, right? So I get it. Um for growing up, and it's like it just doesn't make sense why fruits aren't consistent. But for you, you didn't have fruits, or what was it for you?
yeah, I just like I was given the option to not eat them, and so I just didn't.
Oh my
Oh
oh
God.
god. Okay. So why
Grew up on a
bananas
diet of
though?
top ramen, and I don't know. I have no idea. I
I
just
think it's probably
genuinely
how
like
sweet they
bananas.
are
Yeah.
and the texture. Because I feel like bananas are just good. I'm picky about bananas. I don't like, uh, how do you say this? When they're too well done, they're like past the. I
They're
like them
mushy.
more. Yeah, I don't like that. I like it when it's like between green and yellow.
She said, "Well done for a banana." You mean the word's ripe,
Right, banana.
over ripen. Yes.
Well, I like between green and yellow. And if it's not like that, I will not eat it. Like,
Yunyun likes
period.
her bananas medium rare. How do you like
Oh,
your?
I don't like banana bread. I don't like anything like banana smoothies. I don't like them. I don't like banana bread. I don't like any of that stuff. I
What?
just eat
Really?
fruit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, so that's also really interesting. So you don't even like banana flavor then?
No, I don't like banana flavor. I think
What?
it's too sweet. I'm a very sour inclined person.
Okay. I know Kyo also is with. I remember I talked to her about this. I don't know if it was on stream. But she also said she likes the bananas similar to yours. Yours like between green and yellow. Um,
Yeah.
mine I like mine a little less green, like just a little bit, just so
Mhm.
I don't like mine too hard to bite into. But also, if it's still a little green, it's a little sour. So I can see why yours is. I don't like sour bananas. So
Oh, I love them.
yeah.
My weakness. But as soon as I see like a black spot, it's over.
Oh, that's like I'll eat that. That's still within my good window of eating a banana. That's right in the middle of my window of eating a banana.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
You know what's the
interesting.
worst part though
Go
for
ahead.
me is I love the artificial like you give me like apple juice, orange juice, like anything that's just
Oh.
like any artificial fruit flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I love that.
Oh
No,
my
I hate
gosh.
artificial flavoring. It's crazy.
So
Only fruit punch. I love fruit punch, but that's about it. I can't eat anything. I don't like drinking uh those strawberry milks. I don't like strawberry milk.
wow. Giga, have you
I don't
had
like
Asian banana
that
milk?
stuff.
Nope.
Ah. All right, I gotta have you try it then. If you're okay with artificial stuff, I feel like you'd be okay with banana milk. Do you like milk?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, we need to get you banana milk,
Oh, okay.
somehow. Yeah. Ew, Gigar. You see, now I gotta read specifically when Kyo chats. I have to read it like that. She goes, "Fruits? What? All fruits are delicious." uh, wow. This is so. I'm kind of shocked. I'm low key kind of shocked because I and you got a raid, so I'm just let her do her thing. Hello, raiders. Wow, you don't like fruits and you've grown to like veggies. What? You are gonna be crucified by some people. You won't get crucified by me. Like I get it. That's how you grew up. Like you just haven't bothered to eat fruits growing even now.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Okay, okay. So you said you don't like you eat fruits as they are, right? Like fresh fruits. What about if they're incorporated into desserts? You've already talked about the juices and stuff. Like let's say an apple pie, blueberry pie, or
Oh, I
I do
love
like
apple
apple pie.
pie. I'm a bit of a whore for apple pie, bro. I used to back in high school. There was a Burger King, and like outside of my uh school, you
mm-hmm.
had to like go through like a little hill and stuff to get there. But as soon as school was over, I'd like go in that little because it was like a route the students had made throughout the time, like
Mm-hmm.
just like walking through the same area because it's like near a hill, like a mountain that was behind the campus. Let's just call it campus. It was like a little route behind campus and like a bunch of forests and spiders and shit. And we like go through there to get to the Burger King. And I just do that every single day to get an apple pie. Oh, it was so good though.
Damn, you're
I
craving
was
that
committed.
committed. There you go. That's a
Yeah.
better word for that. Burger King apple pie. I had the same way I felt about McDonald's apple pies, but also because when I
Oh,
was growing up with them was because you can get two of them for $1. So they were really cheap. Now they're not like
yeah.
that anymore. So that
True.
sucks, but I
Now I
still
get
find them
the a
enjoyable.
Popeyes one. Popeyes one's really good because it has like a bunch of cinnamon sugar coat around it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it blends in so good. But I have to eat it like before the spicy chicken sandwich because if not, I'm just like dead. It burns too much. It's too hot.
I didn't know Popeyes even had an apple pie. So
Really? Well, over here they do. It's so good, bro.
I mean, I'm sure my ours probably does too. It's just when I
Yeah.
think Popeyes, I don't think apple pie. I think chicken sandwiches, potato wedges, and biscuits. Those are like the main things I think of
Oh,
with
true.
Popeyes. So yeah. Okay. Any other fruit? Hard feelings about fruit that needs to be.
Pears.
What about?
Fuck pears.
Okay.
They suck. I hate pears with a passion. They always served them in the cafeteria, and I would always just throw them away.
Okay. I also felt the same growing up with pears, but now I don't mind them. I just find them
Oh,
like a worse apple.
that's the same thing.
Like, yeah, like fresh pears are fine. They're just, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't, because it's similar to Giga, I didn't grow up eating pears, but the texture is similar to an apple, right? And it just tastes different. The problem was, I just didn't like the taste growing up. They're fine now. Pears are just like not as sweet sometimes. I feel like pears probably have some of the most variance in fruit flavor, especially when they're fresh, right? So
Mhm.
that's, yeah. Give me all your fruit, guys. I'll take it. Okay, Kyo. I like the flavor of apple, but I can't eat an apple. It's too hard for me to
Oh,
chew.
yeah. I guess that would be the same for me. Like, unless it's like a green apple. The only apple I like is the green apple. And
Mm,
even then, as soon as it oxidizes, I cannot eat that shit. It
mm.
has to be like super fresh.
Gotcha. Okay, so you guys are okay with like softer fruits. That's why you like apple pie. Okay, that's fair. All right.
Thinking about it, like when you were talking about like how if you like it like better, like if it's like in a pie or something like that,
Uh huh.
I probably will eat most fruits if it's in like a smoothie. Like give it to me in a smoothie and I'll just drink it, but and not like even bat an eye. But
Mhm.
That's
something about going out of my way to eat like the straight vegetable. I don't know if it's like the texture or if it's just I don't know.
mm. Okay, so that could be like most fruits, like berries,
Yeah,
apples. Oh, okay. Actually, so real. You have a fruit smoothie supporter there, Giga with Rano. Um,
thank you.
that's a good one. What about? Cause it's funny because Yunyun said it's like, oh, especially like in regards to bananas anyway. She won't eat it outside of it being fresh. So that is the opposite point of it. So that's funny. Oh man. Okay, so we've gone over fruits. Do I have any strong feelings about fruits? No, I think I'm okay. I don't have any negatives. All of them are either neutral, slightly bad, or just really positive. So, oh man, this reminds me. I Cain was like trying to crucify me for not liking coconut as much as other people. Do you have feelings about coconut?
Um,
Um, no.
for me, we at least back home we have a well, had because this was before Hurricane Maria. We had all my childhood. We had like coconut tree,
Hmm.
and my parents would just like try and force feed me coconut, but uh, I haven't had it since then. So maybe my opinion has changed. But I don't fuck with coconut unless it's like mixed with other stuff.
Okay. Gotcha. That's why I was just curious because Kane was like, "You're Asian. You don't like coconut," and I was like, "I like coconut," and it was because there was a one time I was doing a fruit tier list,
Hmm.
and I put coconut in A instead of S, and then I'm like, he still got mad at me for not putting it in S. I'm like, wow, dude, that was still pretty high up on my tier list, and he still got mad. So that was just
I
a
don't
random
like
point.
raw coconut. Like if it's like a coconut like in like a sweets,
Hmm.
sure it's great, but something about like I don't know.
It's funny because I'm the actual way. I've grown to like more coconut fresher, but then I don't like it in sweets.
Oh,
I'll,
really?
I'll
Oh,
like
we
I
have.
like it in savory stuff like coconut milk and curry and stuff like that. That makes
Mhm.
sense, but not like sweets. Coconut's really whatever. Maybe coconut milk if it's in ice cream, but that's about it.
We have like some of our native candies are just like coconut based, and oh, they're so good. But it's like you barely taste like the. I mean, you can't say barely because the thing is you mix it with like nuts, so the coconut taste isn't that strong, but it's still there. The texture is still there from the coconut. It's so good.
Nice. Rana says, I think I'm fine with fresh coconut juice, but the only thing. Okay. Coconut juice, coconut water. Nice. All right. So then,
Taking almond joy over fresh coconut.
God, I don't even like almond joy. God damn it,
Oh my
the
God.
artificial coconut flavor. No,
Let's go.
I hate artificial coconut. If there's one fruit flavor I hate artificially, it's definitely coconut. So
Dang.
that and like dried coconut. You know, had those donuts with the dry coconut shavings or flakes or
Oh
whatever on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
God, that's what made me hate coconut as a kid. They was so bad. I hated those so much. That's what turned me off from coconut as a kid. They're like, it's a donut. It has coconut on it. I ate it. I'm like, this shit's trash. It's horrid. Why would you give me this? Okay, so then I know we've been talking about food for a while, but are you two allergic to anything? At least to that you're aware of?
Dust.
No, food,
Mm,
bro. You eating dust out here?
not really. No, me.
Yeah,
At
I don't
least
think I have any allergies.
I haven't had what do you call those? Crabs and stuff?
Shellfish.
Shellfish.
Shellfish. So I can't really say.
Okay. All right. That's okay. Interesting. So we can take you to sushi, but don't give you shellfish just to be
I mean,
safe.
we
Like
could go. I
like even
haven't tried it
shrimp and
out. That's why.
even shrimp and stuff?
No, I haven't tried that.
Oh my god, you haven't had like seafood outside
And
of fish and you don't even like fish. That's wow.
no, we go
Yeah, that's just
fishing.
like
My
me.
dad used to fish lobsters and stuff, but my mom was the one that ate it. I never ate it because
Mm,
my dad, as a kid, was my example, and he doesn't eat any seafood either. So me seeing my dad not do that, not eat it, I was like, no, I don't want to eat it either because dad doesn't. So
oh,
honestly, that's a terrible example for your children. Unless you're like allergic, then that makes sense. But if you're not allergic, I feel like that's kind of like,
I see. So you're daddy's girl. I see.
yeah.
God. All right. That makes some sense growing up. Okay. Okay. Understandable.
Neon.
Mhm.
Yes.
Did you know that tater tots are only an American thing?
Tater tots?
I thought they
Yeah.
also had it in like Canada, but
Okay, well, Canada's the America
basically,
plus, you know?
yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
found
we
this
learned
out.
about
Rhyme
this.
and Yunyun didn't know what tater tots were.
Right, we had this conversation like a week ago or 2 weeks ago in VC.
Yeah,
They're
well, now I want to have it
Oh.
again on
no,
the
no, no,
pod.
no. I get it. I was like, where did I hear this from? And I'm like, wait, this was you guys. Wait, do you know what tater tots are, Union?
I mean, I looked it up after we had the conversation, but I've never had something called a tater tot.
Okay, have you had hash browns?
Yeah, at IHOP.
Okay, they're like hash browns molded into little nuggets.
Oh,
that's what a tater tot is.
okay.
Yeah, it's just
But
a
no,
square
I haven't had
potato.
that. I've
Yeah,
not had a tater tot.
yeah, and then it's fried. So it's crispy. A little crispy on the outside. Not super, but just enough. So there you go. What? That's
But it's just so wild to me to think about it because it's like tater tots are so pushed in America. Like you go down to like a frozen section in any grocery store, there's a section just for tater tots. It's like,
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, I legit thought about like the grocery store and went, yeah, we get that pretty easily because it's also just now that I'm more thinking about it even more, even the name sounds fucking American. Like if this was an
Yeah,
American,
for sure.
the other country that I would think this would be coming from is fucking Australia. You know, because
yeah,
they'd give some names to some dishes and whatever. But the point is, fucking tater tots. It's a tater. You're right. There's no other country that would call it a fucking tater. Yeah, that's so fucking American, if not Aussie. So, wow.
but like
When
growing up, if you're going to like public school or something, that's always served. Like, you get tater tots at lunch. You know, it's
what?
like
Oh
you're just
God.
like
He's right.
indoctrinated into the tater tot cult.
He's right. It was served in our school systems or my school system anyways. It was pretty common. It's like,
For us,
oh,
it's rice with beans and the corned beef. I feel like corned beef was like super common over here.
well, I'm Filipino, so I also grew up with corned beef, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's different. So I
How do
understand.
you guys feel about spam?
I love it.
Oh, I love spam. I
I'm on
love
it's
spam.
unhealthy as hell, but I love it.
Yeah. I I like I think it's like like I put a little bit of oil on the pan, and then I just like put the little span there, heat it up a little bit, and then I put it in some bread
I don't even use
or
oil, dude. Just
you want
throw that shit
cheese.
into a hot pan. The
Oh,
fat will fry itself out.
true.
Why did you didn't grow up with no? You said you grew up with um top ramen, so you grew up with cup of noodles. Did you grow up with spam?
No, not even cup of noodles, like actual like the top ramen
Oh,
like
the ones on the stove.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I grew up with those too.
Oh.
Okay.
So did I ever tell you about when I got banned from using the microwave when I was like 8 years old because of top ramen?
What the?
No, I want to
What
hear this. I
the?
want to hear this.
So I used to make my top ramen in the microwave, right? And you gotta like put some like water with it, and you put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes or whatever. And I was
Sure.
like, that was a way for me to make my own food when I was like 8 years old. One time I was down, like the kitchen was downstairs, and like in like the main living room area is like the kitchen. It was in an apartment, and I was going to make myself some top ramen, and I just threw the top ramen in the microwave with no water.
Oh
Oh
my.
God.
And then, a couple minutes go by, and I'm like, man, what is that burning smell? I go over to the microwave, and my top ramen is on fire in the microwave. And me being a stupid 8-year-old kid, I go over to the bottom of the stairs and I yell up to my parents, I was like, hey mom, can I go over to my friend Noel's house? I didn't even tell him it was on fire.
You
And
left it
they're like,
on
yeah, sure.
fire?
I just left. I was like,
What
that's
the
not my
fuck? Nah, bro, that's crazy. What? Ain't no way. So you
So
just
yeah, I left and
left
went
it.
over to my friend's house,
Oh
and
God.
30 minutes later, come over like to my friend's, like I'm over at my friend's house, and his mom comes upstairs like, you need to leave. Like, your parents are here. I was like, oh, okay.
What
And I was
the
banned from
fuck?
using the microwave for a couple
What?
months.
So then you you
I
not
just the fact that you just like left.
Yeah.
What?
Randall's right.
Nah,
That is
bro.
a deserved ban.
That is a deserved ban indeed.
I like how your decision was. Can I go? Can I leave?
Yeah, not even gonna tell anyone. Just
So, did the microwave burn down? How bad was the damage after the fact?
um the microwave definitely was burnt quite a bit on the inside, but we didn't need to get like a new microwave. I'm
So
assuming my parents came down and handled it within the next couple minutes when they noticed that there was smoke.
so so there's just like
Oh my God.
black spots of burnt metal on the
Yeah, yeah,
inside
yeah.
of your. Oh no, Giga.
The microwave had a burnt smell for the next little bit until I was forced to like clean it.
Poor 8-year-old Giga. Oh man. Yeah, I love how there's always stories like that. Like it makes more sense as a kid because sometimes you get it, but as an adult, I hear stories where it's like, "Oh yeah, I put foil in the microwave." I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
Oh, I for me, what happened?
Oh,
I
she
had
put foil
two
in the microwave,
instances.
guys. She put foil.
Two instances. Okay, it was a Nutella. Okay, I put a Nutella on the fridge, and the fridge just it froze. You know, it's Nutella. It's supposed to be at room temperature, but I put it on the fridge,
Right.
and my genius self was like, "Well, let me put it in the microwave." I put it in the microwave, and the whole bottle of Nutella, and I took out the cap, and I forgot that it has aluminum foil on it, and then
uh,
I
Oh.
just I smell the burning, and I just look at the microwave, and I just see the whole fucking bottle on fire, and I just like start panicking. Thankfully I didn't panic enough to where I like threw water at it, but I just like opened it and just like ran upstairs and started calling my parents. Like, mom, I burnt the Nutella, and then they go down, and it's still on fucking fire. My dad put it out because we have like the whole fire extinguishers at the house.
Uh-huh.
They took care of it, but I was just like crying in a corner, like I burnt it.
Yeah, how old were
Oh,
you?
um, this was I was 17.
Mm, okay, maybe it's semi excusable. I love
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
didn't you took the cap. Wait, why was the foil still on there? How did you know it was hard if the foil was still on there? Do you not rip off the whole foil?
no, like I just felt it because the
Oh, it was
bottle
like
used to
rock
be.
hard.
Yeah, it was like rock hard.
Oh, oh.
So I just like opened it and I just put it in the fucking microwave. And then another instance, this was like really out of pocket. Uh, we were heating our random like our leftovers, and then we just start smelling something burning.
Mm-hmm.
And we look at the microwave. It looks fine, but then out of nowhere, it just starts like exploding and shit. And we just panic. We turn it off. We unplug it because we don't know what the fuck is happening. And then we
Uh-huh.
move around the microwave a little bit, and a lizard had gotten into the microwave, and he was cooked inside of the microwave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's I feel like that's not on you guys. Okay.
yeah, it was like straight up just cooked in there. And we tried, cause like we had tried capturing him like the day prior, but then we lost him. Uh, and that's yeah. He just like was hanging out inside of the microwave apparently.
Somehow
But we
somehow
yeah
finds his way into the microwave.
yeah. It was like a very big issue at the house. Like we just have lizards everywhere.
Mm. Okay, interesting. That's sort of how it is for crickets for my house. I don't know how these crickets get in the goddamn house, but it's never happened like where they're in a microwave or anything. So
Mm.
interesting, interesting. But the, the foil one, goddamn. I love how your decision was to put the whole. By the way, the whole decision, the foil part. All right, I'm past that. But the decision to put the whole fucking bottle in the
I just put
microwave.
the whole bottle in the microwave instead of like growing like a few spoons or something. I don't even know. I mean, it was rock solid. I couldn't even. I should have just waited, bro.
Nah, you were a kid. You didn't. You didn't. You just wanted that goddamn Nutella.
I just wanted the Nutella, bro.
Yep, that's what it was. Oh man, that's. I don't think I've ever done that. I think I've burned food while cooking it going as a kid. Like I've burned the food, but I've never had anything that caught on fire. So then
It's never too
again,
late for it to happen, Neon.
that's true. That's true. Hmm.
Accidents happen.
They
That's
do.
why
They
they're
do.
called accidents.
I do. I'm just like, yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna continue food talk. You guys have never had sushi ever?
No, no.
Nope.
Doesn't it? Does it?
My,
Does it's not appetizing to you or what?
I'm just not interested in it personally,
Damn.
because you know I
I grew.
love red meats. I love chicken too. So that those are my go-tos. Fish is like a survival option if I oh, cuz like okay, this is something. When I went to I had my graduation trip from high school was to go to Spain, and I was by myself basically.
Mm-hmm.
So with like my friends and their parents, cuz
What's
their
up, Angry
parents went
Tech?
but mine didn't cuz financial reasons, cuz the trip was expensive itself.
Right.
And I was over there, and I know how to speak the language. I know Spanish, but I was just so nervous and shy for the most part that uh I was just like following my friends around and their families, and they didn't know I don't particularly like fish. So they bought this big ass plate of, I think it's like, it's not tuna. It's like a little very thin little fish, and the dish was basically just like those tiny little fishes but just like fried, like straight up just like put them in the thing and fried them. And I didn't know you were supposed to like take their spine off. So I was just like, cuz I don't eat fish. So I just like ate the whole fucking fish with bones and everything.
Wait.
Bones and all.
If I just like grabbed it and just like started eating it because I was starving, bro. That trip, I lost so much weight, but it's because my dumbass was so nervous to ask for food, and most of the food over there was fish related that I just like I was starving myself. And then one time, someone buys something for me, it's a whole fish. I don't know how to eat it. I just like ate everything. And
You
then I look to the side and see my friend like pulling out the spine at the end of like when I had already eaten everything. I just see her like pulling out the spine. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, for next time,
Was there a next time, Yunyun?
there was not a next time. I did not eat after that.
Oh my god. You like not That's such a sad story if you think about it. It's like, oh, I don't want to eat the fish, but when you eat it, it's not even like a good experience.
It's
Be-
not a good experience.
oh
I mean, it tasted
no.
okay because the fish was like super fresh, so it didn't have the very stinky fish smell.
Okay.
But I just ate everything. I thought it was supposed to. Okay,
I like how
you're like,
that was the thought process. Just eat everything. Like cuz you said you like red meat and then like red meat and stuff has bones. So you don't eat
yeah,
those.
but, eat the bones. But I don't know, I don't know how fish work.
Fish was different.
Yeah, I thought fish was different.
Okay, okay. What about you, Giga? Have you ever had any bad experiences with food? I don't know if it has to be fish related. About
Well, I was gonna say, in particular with fish, it was one of those things where I grew up and I detested the smell of fish. Like anytime my family would be cooking it or anything, and
oh,
because of that, I was never forced to try it because, like, fish has like a very strong smell,
of
and
course.
so I was just like, yeah, it smells gross. I don't want to eat it, and so I never did. And because of that, I just never ate it, and now I still don't eat it. So
Okay.
Unless
seafood in
Neon
general,
takes you to get some fish, right?
yeah, of course, I'll suffer through it if someone else is there.
Okay, there you go, Neon. You gotta
If someone else
pay
is there,
everyone.
I'm over here enjoying my life, and Giga was like, oh, I hate it here. Never again. Okay. That's why I asked, because it's like I know some people where it's growing up, maybe like an event or something traumatized you, because from the sounds of it, you guys are just like, oh, I don't like it myself, right? For
Mhm.
me, is because there's certain things that I don't like because my family tricked me into thinking it wasn't good, or like they would say something that didn't make it sound appealing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
One example was ketchup. There's a reason why I don't like ketchup as a condiment that much. Um, my sister, I have two older sisters, and my sisters would always joke around. It's like, oh, it's blood. I'm like, yeah, I want blood on on like my fries or my nuggets. Growing up as a kid,
Oh.
so then I didn't like ketchup, and that's why I turned my alternative was barbecue sauce, and that's why I like barbecue sauce so much. It's because I didn't like ketchup. Um,
It
and
was your
then
replacement.
yes, 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 and then there's also the other reason was, so Filipinos have this dish called dinigoan, which is literally blood stew. Um, and obviously it was my family be like, "Oh yeah, when you cook blood, it turns black." Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
s- and I was like, "Oh yeah," they tried to trick me. It's like, "Oh, it's like chocolate." I ate it. I was like, this tastes gross." At the time, I didn't like the taste of it. It was like kind of sour because of all the vinegar and the other ingredients. I was like, "What is this? It's gross." It's like, "Oh, it's actually blood." I'm like, "Ew, gross." And then I got like semi traumatized from that. But then I eat it as an adult now, so it's okay. Um, but I still don't like ketchup as much. Like I'll eat it if it's already like in my burger, but I won't put it on my fries or anything. I'd rather have my fries be plain than have ketchup on it. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Mustard I never liked. But as far as like have any other food things that got me as a kid? Food trauma? Uh no, I think that's mostly it. I'm sure there's something that got me else got me as a kid, but I just can't remember off the top of my head unless someone brings up that food. But yeah. Oh man. All right. So if you
To
two
go
ever,
from food.
yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, go from to get us off the food topic. Do and I'll start. But do either of you guys have any like irrational phobias of anything? Because it kind of
Hmm.
mine branches from food.
I
Oh.
I have a I have a couple. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a very severe, non-realistic phobia of fish. I don't
Non-realistic.
know what.
Wait.
Oh, so we see. This is why he doesn't eat fish.
No. It's fine. Like once like a fish is like all prepped and everything, and it's not that.
Yeah,
But
because it's
if it's still like
dead.
and it's like a fish form, or it's just like it
Mhm.
actually looks still like a fish, I won't go near it. I won't let like if someone like has like a fish or something around, like if I'm in open water and a fish like is like near, I'm like I will panic to get away. I'll flail.
Oh
Like
god.
I don't have like a fear of like them like visually, like like it's in, like like some people with like arachnophobia, like they won't even like play games if it has spiders in it. Like I'm not like scared of them like that, but like in person, like I don't know what it is.
Mhm.
Terrify me.
Can you go to an aquarium?
Yeah, like as long as there's something in between me and them. But if there's like if it's getting close to like touching me, no, get away from me with
Oh,
that.
you wouldn't like, cause I have this little thing I used to do when I was a kid. It's like go to the beach early in the morning, and there's, I forgot the name. It's a specific type of fish that comes out during that time, and they start nibbling at your feet to like eat
Yeah,
the dead
no,
skin.
get that away
Oh, I
from
thought
me.
it was so funny. It like tickles.
Yeah, they tickle. Oh man.
Same way with like crabs. Anything that comes from the ocean, really. Keep that away from me.
I don't know. For me, since I'm used to like the ocean life.
Hmm.
My dad's had like 3 different boats in my lifespan. You know, I like the sea and everything,
Mm.
but phobias per se for me, I'm claustrophobic, and that's kind of rooted in a childhood event. I guess
Hmm.
it was basically I was playing hide and seek, uh, with my cousins at the time, and we were at one of my aunties' house. Note this is like a one of those like old um how do I say this? You know those like Spanish movies where it's like the house that's really big, uh really open. It's like all white. I don't know if you guys have watched movies like that.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean. Sort of like a
Like
mansion.
yeah, it's sort of like a mansion, but it's just like a very open spaced house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
yeah. Well, we used to like run around the house and play hide and seek there, and it was really old. So I hid in the bathroom, but I was a genius and I locked the door.
Oh no.
Cause like, oh,
Uh-huh.
surely they won't find me here. But yeah, because they can't fucking open the door. And I locked myself into the bathroom because the door just like the lock broke in the middle of that. So I'm just waiting and waiting, and time goes by, and then they start looking for me. I'm like, oh, I'm here. I won, whatever. And I try to open the door, and it's just like locked. And the day goes by, and they're trying to open the bathroom, but nothing happens. And then I start like panicking even more. You know, a little kid stuck in a bathroom with like, because it was like a fully locked bathroom. There was no windows. The only quote unquote window was this little square glass on the roof
Uh-huh.
that just like served as like a light source. And then they had to call this mechanic to like help, like a family mechanic that we knew. He was like always helping us with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they called him over, and the genius motherfucker decides to bring a chainsaw to open the fucking door.
Damn,
And
that's a
because
mechanic right there.
he tried opening it, like he broke the lock. Like the lock was like gone, and there was like the little hole, and they were like looking inside. I'm like, help me, please, whatever. And then they just like bring out the chainsaw and stuff because all their options were gone. So I just like cut down the door with the
Oh
chainsaw,
my
and I just
god.
trapped myself in there because I just see it was like straight out of a horror movie. I mean, they were trying to save me, but in my perspective, I guess that kind of didn't help either. And the worst part is I've gotten stuck in a bathroom 3 times as a kid. And then as a like recently in that Spain trip that I told you about, that also happened to me. I got stuck in a bathroom in some random ass Burger King in the middle of
It's a
nowhere.
Burger King. Nah,
It was a
it was for
fucking
the
Burger
apple
King.
pies.
Bro, we stopped there and I was gonna buy my apple pie too, and then I got stuck in the bathroom. And that also has rooted into like a very weird fear. I mean, it's claustrophobia, but just like elevators. I
Oh.
cannot take an elevator by myself at all. Uh, I just prefer stairs, and if there's no stair option, it's kind of it's just scuffed. I would rather just like not go anywhere. Um, but yeah, like I said, my phobia for elevators is to the point where I just like straight up have a panic attack. That's why I went to when I was getting into university, I went to how do you say that? Like one of those conventions where it's like a bunch of universities and you're like getting the information for each of them,
Sure.
like a scouting. Well, the scouting, the parking lot had an elevator, and the elevator when we were trying to go to the event, the elevator started shaking. I just like ran out, like I just dashed out of the elevator as soon as it opened, and it wasn't even the floor we were supposed to go to, and it just made like a really weird situation for the people I was with. And that's like kind of the bad thing I think about phobias, because it's just you being scared of something, and then other people like they don't feel it, because it's like a personal thing. So it's just very scuffed. I don't know. But those are my phobias. But other like food and stuff like that, I'm fine. I love the ocean because I know there's like people are scared of the ocean. I'm
Mm-hmm.
chill with that.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So when you
Do you
say,
have any irrational fears, Neon? Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, hold on. For Union, you say elevator by yourself. You mean by yourself, like alone, or like with people you're okay with riding with people you don't know?
Mm, Because like the thing is, if I'm riding with people I know, I
Uh-huh.
like grab their hand or like hold on to their shirt or something and just like hide. Because I usually just like hide in the corner of the elevator till it goes like till I get to my floor.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm like with other people, I just like hide in the corner. But if it's by myself, then no, I'm not gonna take it.
So then, so scenario before I get into mine.
Hmm.
Scenario. Let's say you're riding with strangers, but they get off before you get off. Are you terrified?
Oh, I'm terrified. I'm shitting myself.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, that story makes sense, but it's the chainsaw got brought out. That's the craziest part.
Bro, they brought out a chainsaw and it did not help me. I,
They
I guess like the image is like stuck somewhere in my brain.
they
And there's like the tiny spaces. It fucked me over.
they couldn't take the door down anyway else. There's chainsaw.
No, they took out the doorknob. Like the
And
doorknob was gone. And you'd think, oh, they're able to open the door. But I guess it's how old doors were made. It was still fucking locked, despite there
mm,
not being a doorknob.
oh
So
damn.
they couldn't even open it.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. My irrational fears. Um, I feel like for me, I think darkness. I think I wouldn't say irrational. I think it's a common enough fear. Like
Hmm.
being in pure darkness kind of scares me.
Yeah.
Especially like let's say if it's in the wild. I'm just like, wow, dude. How did people live like this hundreds of years ago with like no light?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, dude. I would. No wonder people wouldn't leave their homes because you can't see shit. And like there's wild animals and stuff. So that's. But then even when I know it's like a safe area and it's dark, it just scares the crap out of me. I'm like, oh, there's monsters in the dark, even though I know there shouldn't be. Um,
Hmm.
I think another irrational fear of mine. I don't necessarily like deep water because it's just so dark and empty. It's the same thing. It's like darkness except you're surrounded by water. Um
Yeah.
so it's like if you told me to play like Subnautica, that shit would creep me the fuck out. Um because it's just you can't see that far, and
Hmm.
especially in Subnautica where things are actually going to hurt you. And for me, I'm just like, man, dude, I don't like being left in the unknown type of
Yeah.
thing. So, um, if you like, oh, if you told me you're in an abandoned hospital, I'm like, I'm not concerned about the haunted part. I'm concerned about it being dark. I'm like, I can't see. and like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I'm like, sure, I'll think about like, oh, it's a ghost story, and sure, there's potential monsters or whatever, but I'm just I can't see. I don't. I'm one of those people where I need to somewhat put in audio to someone. Like I try to. What's the word? Um.
Distract yourself.
Yeah, I need to put like I need to familiarize myself, right? You know how people
Mm.
try to connect things that they don't know into things that they do know, and that's how humans comprehend things to make it easier to understand.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if we ever encountered an alien, we try to put it to our social norms, even though it wouldn't work. That's the same
Yeah.
way with me
Give
and
him a
my
name.
fears.
Give him a funny name.
Yeah. That's how I deal with like some of that. It's just, oh, what was that sound in the dark? It was probably just this, and I'm probably okay. But then
Mm-hmm.
if it's not that, that's when I get scared. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That makes sense though.
yeah. So
But I get that one, the fear of like the unknown.
mm-hmm.
I guess like for me, I lived in a very Christian household. I still live in a very Christian household, and they've always taught me like, oh, don't mess with like demonic shit and stuff, like anything related to the devil and stuff. And I guess I've like any like ghost horror game, I'm okay if it's like ghosts and stuff. But when it comes, cause like, I don't believe in ghosts, but if it's like demonic shit, hell nah. Like I just like hell, I'm gone. I'm like fucking gone.
Oh my god. I also don't like I used to not like spiders. I still kind of don't. Um but I think that's in some insects I think it's valid, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not as bad. If someone told me like, "Oh my god, it's a spider." Like to kill it, I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be okay." If you told me like a tarantula, I'd be fucking terrified. So, I
Oh, that one's for me. Bees. Like it's very stupid, but I'm kind of. It's not more of like scared of them, but I do get really panicky around bees.
mhm.
I haven't been stung by one, but I'm just like I don't want to. I don't want to get stung by one. I guess while I'm still alive.
Should be
So
yeah.
I get really panicky. Like I run around, I like trying to escape bees. I love flowers though, so they can do their job,
Yeah, dude,
but
save
at a
the
distance.
bees. Hi, how?
Yeah, save the bees,
Save the
but away
bees.
from me.
Gotcha. That's a good question, Gig. Do you have anything else? Fish was your big one.
Heights.
No,
Are you
it's
scared of heights?
um scared of heights.
The
Yeah.
heights make sense, but I don't fear them as much as I used to.
It's it's a bit weird for me because like I am a lot larger of a man than most people. So falling hurts me a lot more than I feel like it
Yeah.
hurts a lot of people. So it's like I'm not necessarily scared. Like if I have to like climb a ladder for something, I'm fine doing it. I'm gonna be worried about falling, but it's not something like I fear at all. But granted, you throw me like 40 feet in the air, like climbing, so yeah, I'm gonna be terrified. Like I mean, who is? It's
True.
irrational to not be scared when you're like doing stuff like that. I feel like.
Yeah,
Nah.
I guess for me it's like that too. Like it's just like a common fear.
Yeah, the only really irrational fear is like, yeah, just ocean stuff. Anything that
Mm.
lives in the ocean. Keep those crabs away from me.
So you wouldn't if they're a if what if they're dead and cooked? Would you try it?
Um, like, are you saying like a
Like as
like a crab?
food? Yeah.
Yeah, crab.
No, I won't touch a crab.
At
Like if it's still in its
all?
shell,
Wow.
keep that
Also,
away
it
from
has
me.
to be its insides that are like.
Yeah, if it's already like all like taken apart and it doesn't really like look like a crab, I don't have to
Oh
like
my
actually like
god.
touch it or anything. Yeah, I'll try it. Sure.
What about in video games? Like there's crab bosses in Elden Ring.
Oh yeah. I don't like in like video game settings and whatnot. I don't care at all.
Okay. I
It's
was gonna
like
say
It's a video
how
game.
far does that phobia go? Was what I was
no,
curious about. Okay.
purely like real life.
Because I know some people will be terrified even with like bugs and or like spiders in video games, which makes
Yep.
sense. So
Well, I
okay,
just find them gross. It's like, get out.
yeah. I remember growing up as a kid, there was a video game that I played, and it was in a I think it was a Harry Potter game. Yeah, it was a Harry Potter game. You have to go into the forest, and then but you have to fight the giant spider. I could not replay the game because I knew the spider was in that level. I was panicking while playing that whole level as a kid, and I finally beat it. And oh, thank God! I wanted to try and replay the game. I went, no, I can't do it. I can't do it, dude. Oh, it was so bad at the time. Okay. Oh man. So, any other stuff that you guys want to talk about? We've been going off for an hour and a half. We'll wrap up this episode and then we'll go into the post podcast show. If you
Wow.
guys have nothing
I
else,
feel like there's so much for us to talk about still.
like what, Giga? What do you
We
want
did
to
with
say?
anything. I mean, there's so many things. There are a million different things we didn't talk. All we talked about were fruits, vegetables, and things we're scared of. Like,
Hey man, that. This is why you two will just come back on another episode. You know, I don't know about Union schedule, but then we'll just come back with another episode. So
As soon as I start August 10th, it's over for me. It's back to weekends.
August 10th, 1, 2. All right, we'll have you on we'll have you back in like 2 weeks. How about that? We're gonna schedule you on, so we can come back. Maybe we'll invite Kill and have a 3 guest episode. Who knows? I don't know.
Good. Yeah.
yeah, just invite me back when you have Keo on, when you have How on. You got to make Stratos do it now.
Well, okay. If you want other guests, I'll be more flexible. And then I'll have Union for in like 2 weeks if you're down. But otherwise, if it's like other guests that to pair with you, I'll have them lower priority because I know their schedules are slightly different. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about for this episode before we go to the post podcast show? I know there's stuff. There could be anything that we guys want to talk
Yeah,
about.
Giga. I gave you that mission. Come on.
What? You've been talking nonstop.
You have a mission?
Y-
Yeah, but I'm not the starter. You're
She
the
told me
starter.
to yap in her own words.
Be a yapper.
She wanted me to.
Because, like, I'm the
Oh,
type
I
of
mean,
person where I can't start. I can't be the one starting the yap. You have to, like, do something and then I'll start yapping, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
See, that's why it worked
Yeah.
out during the podcast.
we
Because
didn't
I'll
even
ask.
talk about any games at all.
Hey, look,
Mm,
I mean, we didn't have set topics. It was just we started. It's because you sent the goddamn picture of the food.
true.
Goddamn, you're a chimkin, bro. So I don't know. I feel whatever happens. I just bounce off whatever I'm off. Whatever information I got. So
Leon, have you been playing Final Fantasy 14?
I've I have not played Dawn. Is it Dawn Trail? Dawnbreaker?
Yeah,
Dawn
don't
Trail?
do.
Yeah, I haven't played Dawn Trail yet.
Why not?
I wanted to catch up with Endwalker, and then after that, when was it? Did Dawn Trail come out before or after the tournament?
After.
After.
What was I doing? So I finished Endwalker. Oh, then I was tackling my
You went on your
backlog of
trip.
games. Yeah. And then
Yeah,
I
and then
went
you went on a trip.
yeah, that's what it was. I was trying to finish Endwalker before I left for Mexico, which I did with like 2 days left, and then I took a break. And now I'm doing my backlog of other games with my friends, which means Halo, Master Chief Collection, and Trine, which is just an old co-op game series. So that's what we're tackling right now.
I'm
Uh,
so sad that you're not playing the cursed edition of Halo,
Look,
the
dude,
first one.
I didn't even know there's a cursed edition. Like, I know
It's
there's
so
mods
good.
because it's on Steam, especially, but I'm good. I didn't know. We were just like tackling it because I've watched walkthroughs and no, not walkthroughs, playthroughs of like 2, 3, 4, and I've played Reach and I've played ODST. And I've uh known some of the spin-off stuff series wise, and like I know the lore of Halo, but I've never actually played some of the campaigns myself. So I'm just like, oh yeah, it's part of the backlog, and now I get to play with my boys because it's co-op. Because I never had an Xbox, so that was the other
Hmm.
main reason. So and then I finished Armored Core 6. I was like, I just need to get some of these backlog games off my Steam. So it was mostly just cleaning stuff or clearing room off my hard drive, but at the same time just finishing games that I should have finished a while ago. And right now I'm
Give
just
us your
like,
2 sentence review of Armored Core 6.
You can definitely cheese that game. You can make it as hard as you want to. And story wise, I think it's really cool that you can also choose your different paths with the true endings. So very fun, enjoyable. 8 out of 10 game.
Yeah, that was more than 2 sentences.
And no, I didn't put a period in there. That was like one. That was 2. Run-on sentences, bro. Grammatically incorrect, but I'm okay. So yeah, I mean, we could we'll get you guys back on another episode, and but now since it's your first episode in the post podcast show, you guys are gonna have you aura. But before that, anything else you guys want to quickly chat about? Plugs, things, lightning round questions. Yunyun.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to last?
Mm. See, this is where I don't know.
I can't give you an open floor.
Yeah. No, not really.
Okay, and then okay. Go check out Yunyun. She's also streaming. Check her out. YunyunXi. I think there's yeah. Check her out. Her stuff if you're watching on YouTube, her stuff her Twitch will be in my description. All right, Giga, anything from you?
Yeah, make sure to check me out on Twitch, Giga_Goliath. A road to 100 followers.
Without doing
Yeah.
anything.
Without streaming.
All right. Well, check him out as well. Giga_Goliath. All right. Well, thanks guys for being on the episode. I appreciate y'all being on here. And yeah, I hope you have a good one if you're watching on YouTube, and we'll stick around for the post podcast show strictly on Twitch. So, yeah, say bye YouTube.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
YouTube.
Bye bye YouTube.
I'll miss you.